When I first got into tattooing, basically I played in a bunch of bands around town in Houston. All my band members were like, "You can draw, man. Why don't you tattoo or whatever?" And I was like, "I don't know. How do you go about doing that?" And so they did just like a lot of people do. They ordered stuff through Tattoo Magazine, you know, a kit. I knew I didn't want to be one of those people that was like tattooing out of their house or whatever. So I got a chance to go work as a counter guy at a shop that opened by my house. And I worked there for a year and just kind of did like a little mini apprenticeship. But where I come from, they just like threw me right in, right off the bat. Like I barely had any experience actually tattooing when they started making me tattoo. So I had to learn real fast, man. I don't know, it was more like you need to be positive about what you could do. There's a lot of things that I think a lot of tattooers want to do, but they're scared to do it. So it taught me not to be scared, like just to go out there and do it. I think if you could grow artistically, that would help you out the most. Unless you're comfortable doing flash work. I mean, if you want to move on to another level and start doing custom pieces, then you got to get your art up there with everybody else. And I mean, there's so many artists that are coming out now that are straight out of art school. What are you going to do? You know, you got to hustle, man. Well, the bar is being raised for sure, and I think it's making that leap to becoming a fine art form. I think a lot of fine artists better watch out what's going on, you know? Because one thing they don't have that people that tattoo have is the tattoo art form itself, which is different than a whole lot of the fine art stuff that's going on. Not only the medium, but it's the subject matter, it's the way it's all set up. It's something they can't grasp unless they've been in the field, you know? I like doing animal portraits. Like if I had to pick one thing I would do all the time, I like the texture involved, you know, the fur, feather, hair, stuff like that. I'm gonna try to grow as it grows. I see a lot of things changing with people getting into setting up reference on Photoshop, maybe more three-dimensional art generated on a computer, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you really can't beat it. Some of the stuff that's coming out of like the guys that do graphic work and stuff like that, you know, they make a three-dimensional model and they can put the highlights, lowlights, everything on there. And you can see what it's gonna look like basically before you tattoo it. For me, especially doing like the portrait thing, can't really beat the Photoshop thing, you know. It's an expression of a period of time that you're living, you know, at the moment, pretty much. That's why it changes, and that's why everybody has so many, like people that I know that collect tattoos, it'll style variations, subject matter is just so ever-changing. It's like, it's definitely a story of their life, you know. And I have a lot of crazy ideas, so I'll have to throw it at them before I start drawing it, because they'll be like, "Man, that's whack. I never wanted that." Okay, you told me to do what I wanted, so that's what you got. The thing that me and Josh Woods did was like the Lego R2-D2 with little Fisher-Price Leia, that kind of thing. It just came from us talking. That's why I really like collaborations, you know, because two different artists talking about different ideas, it turns it into this crazy monster, you know, of a tattoo. It's cool. Pretty much I eat, sleep, drink, live tattooing, you know. And that's, a lot of people don't understand, well, how did you get this far, this fast? Because I've only been serious about it for probably the last 4 years. It's been a good 10 years just going to the bar every night, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy anymore. So when I got serious, I was like, I'm gonna put everything I got into it. And you get back what you put in, for sure. As a whole, it would be better if a lot of shops would actually communicate and try to work together instead of working apart and trying to cut everybody's throat, you know what I'm saying? That's the biggest negative thing in the industry right now. I think it would grow even farther if there was that communication. You know, there's that gap that's just slowing it down. Other shops got problems with another shop, and then the artists don't even communicate when they could all be communicating and have like an artist co-op, like for colleges and stuff. If it was similar to that, you'd see a lot more stuff happening, for sure. Satisfaction comes from making somebody happy. You know, if they get a really nice piece and I'm happy with it and they're happy with it, it's really more important that they're happy with it. I mean, I like to do a good tattoo, and I like to get a good picture out of it to post online and have people comment on it and stuff. I mean, that's always nice. But bottom line, I like to make the person happy that gets the tattoo.